Ready? Athens Axxis 33. Let's check it out. Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. MFJJ here at podiumarcher.com. Having our first look at an Athens Archery Axxis 33. So there's been a lot of questions about this bow in my videos, so I thought it was relevant to try to get one here, and I reached out to them and they wanted to send me one, so here we are. What are all the questions about first and foremost? Well, probably this little thing right here. All right, this is very similar to another brand's technology that they are very convinced they are not in any kind of a patent violation from, that drives the cam back and forth. So I was curious how it worked, and it does look very simple. You loosen your set screw here, and then just drive your cam back and forth. It does simply move your cam back and forth. Very simple and effective way of tuning. If that doesn't end up being a conflict or a problem, that's a really good system. It does look like it goes through the limb instead of over the limb like Bowtech's, and I think that's where they claim the difference in the tech. But it does appear to work very similar. Outside of that, it does look very similar cam as they had before. It does 25.5 inch to 31 inch in half-inch increments and a 70 to 90 let-off adjustable. Front integrated pick mount and IMS integrated rear mount, and they do have the new MX2 Athens edition with their little laser etchy on there. As far as I know, everybody's versions of this are the exact same rest. They just have their own engraving on it, so if you want matching brandy stuff, you can do that, or just get the basic quad one. Getting a lot of good reviews on those, a lot of positive feedback from people. Two-piece integrated quiver system, dual mounting positions for your sight. And the cable guard is adjustable for tension. It looks like you can clamp on, loosen, move it in and out a little bit if you're trying to adjust your wheeling there, or adjusting it out here. The Axxis 33 is available in 40 pound to 80 pound increments, so 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 peak weights. And speed is 330, weight is 4.5, ATA is 33, brace height is 7. Let's measure some of this stuff and see what we get. Looks shallow side of 7, pretty close. Axle to axle is 33, so I'm going to go from this side, from the outside, so it'll be to there. It's 32 and 15/16, I mean, pretty damn close. Riser length overall is 28. Physical weight 4.5. They did send it with this rest on it, so we're going to go ahead and shoot it with that on it instead of changing it out to a biscuit. All right, going to measure some reflex now. Looks like 1 3/4 inches. 4.9. That should be about right. About 2/10 for that. Leave you out 2. All right, let's see what our draw weight's at. $72.6. I'll have to back that down a little bit. 70.2. All right, let's see what our draw length looks like. So actual physical draw length. So if you look at the front of this, should be about where it is. No, hang on, probably about there. So that looks like 30.25. I mean, the bolt hole is supposed to be it, but that bolt hole is kind of back a little bit more than it should be. Even to the bolt hole, it's to the back of the hole, so it's probably 30 1/8 if you go by the bolt hole. I try to go by the saddle of the grip, which is supposed to line up with the bolt hole, and I would say that's more like 30.25. So, but that's still not terrible. It's pretty close. All right, these are my first 3 shots for feel. 350 grain arrows, 30 inches, 70 pounds. Axxis 33. The cycle actually feels pretty darn smooth all the way through. Cams look relatively straight at draw. It's good. Probably doesn't need to be tweaked at all. So I do feel some vibration in the riser. It's not violent by any means. Oh, wrong arrows. Sorry. It's not violent by any means. It's just kicks a little bit. You could probably absorb some of it with stabilizer, a few other things in there, but it does have some vibration when it goes off. Yeah, the breakover is not bad at all. It's pretty gentle, really. Definitely a little vibration. Let's see what the tool says. Okay, vibration test. Recording. $839. $728. That's pretty low. $7.4 to 6. So we'll give her 7.5. All right. Chronograph test, 350 grain arrows, 70 pounds, 30 inches, Axxis 33. $317. $320. $317. So give that a 318 average. And we'll shoot some 450s and 550s. All right, here come the 450s. $284. $284. All right, 550s. $259. $257. $258. So that'll be a 258. Vibration was a 6.8 or something like that. All right. Draw cycle, I'll give you a 4. you could probably pull a little more speed out of that and still maintain the feel that you're getting out of it, I would think, pretty easily. Grip, I'm going to give you a 3 because it rides on my knuckle really bad right there. I have a bit of a bigger hand, but it's just in the cutout of it. The back wall on the back was pretty good. I'd give you a 4. Balance, it seemed relatively good. I'd give you a 4. Features, actually, let's go back to features. Vibration, for how long of that bow that is, I got to give you a 5. I mean, I sure feel like I felt vibration in it, but the meter said 6.8, so it's a good number. Got to give you that. Tunability. The only hesitation I have is we don't know how well that system's going to hold up. But if it maintains its ability to hold up, and you can also adjust the cable guard, I don't know how I can't give you like a 5, honestly. I mean, yes, you could have an adjustment for strings and cables like Bowtech does, but if that system holds up, being able to move your cams that easily is huge. So I would just give you a 5 for doing it, to be honest. Features-wise, you got a front mount pick, rear mount ITS. There's no V-bar bracket adjustment, no other universal unique stuff that only works on your bows. So at least you have a front and a rear, so I'll give you a 3 on features because tunability things aren't part of features. Okay, speed. You said 330, it shot 318, so it's more than 10 out. But it is a 7-inch brace height bow. I know the speed's not a rocket ship by any means. They're not trying to advertise that either, though. But in general, I would have thought you could got a bit more out of it than you did. So I'll give you a 3 on speed. You're a little out on what you said it was, more than 10. So I got giving you a point there, and I'm giving you another point mark down because I really feel that bow is capable of being faster than what we've got here. Weight was pretty close, and for a 33-inch axle-to-axle bow to come in at 4.5 is pretty reasonable. But it actually weighs 4.7, which honestly, in today's world, that's kind of been on the high side. So I'm going to give you a 3 on weight. Your ATA was super close, and that's a good size spec. So I'm going to go, and it's not exact, but it's within a 16th, so I'll give you a 5 there. Same thing on the brace, and I like a higher brace height bow, so that's definitely a positive thing. These were old numbers, sorry, that was previous. You're a 1/4 inch long on your draw length. So I'm going to have to mark you down to a 3 for that. Your reflex is 1 3/4 inch, and on a 7-inch brace height bow, on a 33-inch axle to axle, that's a lot of reflex to me. I don't want to be completely mean here, but I'm going to probably give you, I got to give you a 2 because that high a brace height, you shouldn't have to have that much reflex in your bow to achieve your speed. And the price at $13.99. So all I have is the published price. I'm assuming MAP's probably lower. It's probably $12.99. And I don't think it's unreasonable. You're offering some good features, some decent stuff going on there. But I do think $12.99 is a little high personally. I'm not sure what the resale is going to be like on a bow, that sort of thing. So I try to keep those into account when I'm looking at prices. So I'm going to give you a 4. Because I don't think it's ridiculous by any means, but I do think it's still a little higher than it should be for what you are and what you're producing here. All right, let's give it some numbers here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 25, 15, 18, 28. All right. High score 25, MFO 28. All in all, this is a pretty exciting system, to be honest. I'd love to see if this holds up super well over time and that there's not any lawsuits coming from this just because it is very similar. But they've assured me their patent attorneys have gone over it and they're clean as a whistle. So we're going to go ahead and show it and talk about it and see where it goes from here. That works really well and is really easy, and there's only another option from another brand that does that, so it's definitely something to look into, especially if you don't care for the other brand. Honestly, they're a pretty nice bow. Everything felt pretty good. Not much to complain about. We are going to be a dealer for these, and we are allowed to sell them on our website. So if you're interested, head on over to podiumarchery.com for all those archery needs, including this bow, believe it or not. And message down below or comment down below what you think about this video and other videos like it, or what you think about these bows, those bows, what have you. It's a free-for-all down there. You guys just share amongst yourselves. Go at it. Doesn't bother me at all. And, you know, maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm a genius. Who knows? Spell it out any way you like. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings any, so get after it. Thanks for watching.